Have you ever felt that sharp pain, that stab in the chest, the betrayal that seemed to tear apart everything you believed in? Someone you trusted, someone close, acted in a way that caused you deep harm, a breach of trust that left scars. The first reaction for many is a mix of anger and, yes, pity. Pity for what they did, for what they lost by acting that way, maybe even a disguised pity for yourself. But what if I told you that this pity is one of the biggest obstacles to your recovery and to building unshakable inner strength? What if I proved to you, based on an ancient philosophy focused on self-mastery, that not pitying those who hurt you is actually an act of self-preservation and empowerment? Prepare yourself for a 30-day journey that will challenge everything. You think about forgiveness, compassion, and above all about your own power. We're going to explore the reasons why pity in this context is a poison to your soul, a slow, insidious poison that corrodes you from within, stops you from moving forward, keeps you anchored in the past, in the pain, and what was done to you. It's not about being cruel, it's not about being insensitive, it's about being strategic, about being strong, about protecting yourself, about honoring yourself. And this 30-day journey, it's not easy. Don't be fooled. It's not a magic pill. It's hard work, it's confrontation, it's looking within and pulling out by the root what weakens you, what prevents you from being the man you were born to be, free from the chains of another's pain, free from the weight of responsibility that isn't yours, free to build a future where you set the rules, where your strength is your greatest ally. Before we dive into the reasons, you need the tools. For this 30-day journey, you will need 3 simple yet powerful resources. Simple in concept but powerful in application if used with discipline and consistency. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, remember that. The first resource, an instant reflection journal. It can be a simple notebook, it can be a notes app on your phone. The tool itself doesn't matter. What matters is the function, capturing thoughts and emotions the moment they arise, ensuring immediate feedback on your reactions. Why instant? Because pain, anger, confusion, pity, they arise without warning in the heat of the moment, and it's in that moment you need to record, not later when the emotion cools down and the rational mind tries to justify or minimize. Write what you felt, what you thought, what happened, without filter, without judgment, just the fact and your reaction. This is pure raw material for self-knowledge, for understanding triggers, for seeing the patterns that hold you back. The second resource, the dichotomy of control framework. A simple but revolutionary mental lens to separate what is under your power from what is not. What do you control? Your actions, your reactions, your judgments, your choices. What do you not control? The actions of others, the thoughts of others, what has already happened, the final outcome of many things in life. Seems obvious, right? But in times of pain, in times of betrayal, we forget. We try to control the uncontrollable. We get frustrated with what we cannot change. The dichotomy constantly reminds you, where is your focus? Is it on what you can change or what you cannot? If it's on what you cannot change, you are wasting energy. If it's on what you can change, you are building strength. Use this framework in any situation that causes distress, in any thought that keeps you up at night. Ask yourself, is this under my control? Yes or no? If yes, what can I do now? If no, why am I spending energy on this? And the third resource, the practice of contrasting visualization. A perspective exercise to appreciate what you have and mentally prepare for challenges. It's looking at what could be worse, not to be pessimistic, but to value what you have already achieved, to understand that even in pain, there are things that remain, foundations that were not shaken. And it's also visualizing future challenges, not to fear them, but to prepare for them mentally, to rehearse your resilience, your strength, your ability to overcome. Imagine the worst-case scenario and visualize yourself facing it with calm, with strength, with dignity. This pulls you out of shock, prepares you for battle, reminds you that you are capable of enduring much more than you think. The rules are clear. Use the journal whenever you feel an intense reaction. Apply the dichotomy framework to any situation causing distress. Practice contrasting visualization daily in the morning or before bed. These tools are your allies in this battle against toxic pity, against disguised weakness. They are your arsenal for the next 30 days. The battlefield is your own mind, your own soul. The reward is your freedom, your unshakable strength, your reclaimed power. First reason why pity is a poison. It anchors you in the past and keeps you in the role of victim. Think with me. When you feel pity for someone who betrayed you, who hurt you, you are essentially looking back, revisiting the scene of the crime, reenacting the pain. You are focusing on the other person's action, on what they did, on why they did it. And by doing so, you place yourself in the position of someone who was victimized. The focus is not on you, on your recovery, on your strength, on your ability to overcome. The focus is on them, on their action, on their supposed weakness, on their supposed inability to act differently. And while your focus is on them, on the past, on what hurt you, you are not moving forward. You are standing still, stuck in time, reliving the pain. Pity gives you a reason to stay there, to not move, to not heal. It's a dangerous form of self-indulgence disguised as compassion. When you say, "Oh, poor guy, he must have had his reasons," or "she acted that way because she suffered a lot in the past," you are in a way justifying their action, and by justifying their action, you are minimizing your pain, or worse, accepting it as inevitable, as something you had to endure. And this keeps you in the vicious cycle of victimization. You are not responsible for the actions of others, but you are 100% responsible for your reaction to them. Pity for the action that hurt you is like giving a free pass to the aggressor and a prison sentence to yourself. It's as if you said, "Okay, what you did was bad, but I understand, I feel sorry for you." And in this understanding, this pity, you forget to get up, to shake it off, to move on. Pity keeps you looking in the rearview mirror while life calls you to look forward, to the path you can still build, to the battles you can still win, to the man you can still become. It's a heavy anchor that prevents you from sailing into calmer, stronger waters, and the instant reflection journal comes in strongly here. When you feel that pang of pity, write it down. Write what happened, what you felt, the exact thought of pity that arose, and then reread it. See the pattern. See how this thought pulls you back, how it reminds you of the pain, how it keeps you stuck in the past. See how it prevents you from focusing on the now, on what you can do to improve your situation. Use the journal to identify this anchor and then use the dichotomy of control framework. Ask yourself, is her action under my control? Of course not. It already happened. It's in the past. And my reaction to that action, is that under my control? Yes, absolutely. And my decision to feel pity or not, is that under my control? Yes, it's a choice. Conscious or unconscious, it's a choice. And when you realize that feeling pity is a choice, and that this choice keeps you anchored in the past, in the pain, you begin to see pity not as a virtue, but as an obstacle, dead weight you carry unnecessarily. And contrasting visualization helps you look forward. It helps you focus on what you have, on what you can build, on the future that is largely under your control. It reminds you that the past is gone, that the pain has happened, but the future is still being written, and you are the main author. Not a supporting character in someone else's betrayal story, but the protagonist of your own journey of overcoming. Pity makes you a spectator of your own pain. Strength makes you the protagonist of your own healing. It's a brutal difference, a difference that defines your future. The man who allows himself to feel toxic pity for the aggressor shrinks, diminishes. Himself becomes a hostage to an event that should already be in the past. The man who rejects this pity grows larger, frees himself, focuses his energy where it matters, on himself, on his reconstruction. It's a choice, and that choice is in your hands right now. You are hearing this. If this truth is resonating within you, if you feel this anchor pulling you down even if you didn't know what it was before, now you know. And knowing is the first step to change. If you are serious about breaking this chain, about freeing yourself from this anchor, show me and the community that you are in this fight. Hit the like button right now. Show that you are with me on this journey. It's a small gesture, but it has great meaning. It's a silent commitment to your own strength. And if you are not yet part of this community of men seeking inner strength, seeking self-mastery, seeking to build unshakable lives, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any step, any insight, any tool on this journey. Each video is a new step, a new battle won, a new piece of your strength recovered. Don't miss out. This is the time to act, the time to choose between the pity that traps you and the strength that frees you. Second reason why pity is a poison: it obscures reality and prevents you from learning the lesson. Pity for the person who hurt you leads you to create narratives that exempt them from responsibility or minimize the severity of what happened. Oh, he didn't mean any harm, he was confused. Or, she was under pressure, she didn't know what she was doing. These are the justifications that pity builds in your mind. And by building these justifications, you are distorting reality. You are not seeing the action for what it was, a conscious or unconscious choice that caused harm. And by not seeing reality, you don't learn the lesson. You don't identify warning signs for the future. You don't understand the pattern of behavior that led to the betrayal. You don't effectively protect yourself in the future. Pity blinds you to the raw, unvarnished truth. The truth is that the person acted as they did, and the result was your pain. Period. It doesn't matter why, it doesn't matter the mitigating circumstances in that moment. What matters for your healing and protection is recognizing the action and its impact. Pity makes you focus on the other person's why, instead of focusing on what happened and how you can prevent it from happening again or deal with it better if it does. Pity is a fog that obscures the valuable lesson the experience brought. Every betrayal, every disappointment is an opportunity to learn about others, about yourself, about the boundaries you need to set, about the people you can or cannot trust. But if you're busy feeling sorry for the other person, you're not learning. You're just feeling, and that feeling prevents you from thinking clearly, from analyzing the situation objectively. The dichotomy of control framework is essential here. Is there action under your control? No. What can you control? Your judgment of the action, your learning from it, your decision to protect yourself in the future, your decision not to feel pity that prevents you from seeing reality. Use the dichotomy to cut through the fog of pity. The action happened, the damage was done. That is an uncontrollable fact. The pity you feel for them is a feeling under your control. And is that feeling helping you see reality, or is it preventing you from seeing it? Is it helping you learn, or is it keeping you in ignorance? If pity prevents you from seeing reality, from learning the lesson, then it is harmful and should be discarded, not out of lack of humanity, but out of self-preservation, out of strategic intelligence. The Instant Reflection Journal also helps you identify this fog. Write down the thoughts of justification that arise along with the pity. Oh, he was going through a tough time. It wasn't her fault, it was the situation. See how these thoughts try to soften the other person's responsibility. And ask yourself, are these thoughts based on objective facts or on a narrative created by my pity? To feel better about myself for having been hurt, to avoid dealing with the harsh truth that someone I trusted betrayed me. And the practice of contrasting visualization helps you focus on your own strength and resilience. It helps you visualize a future where you are stronger, more prepared, where you have learned from this experience and were not brought down by it. Visualize yourself identifying warning signs in the future, setting clear boundaries, acting with wisdom and strength. This is the opposite of feeling sorry for the aggressor. This is investing in your own ability to navigate the world safely and effectively. Pity keeps you in the darkness of denial. Strength lights your path of learning. Pity makes you repeat the same mistakes. Strength allows you to evolve and protect yourself. Pity is the excuse you give to the aggressor and to yourself. Strength is the responsibility you take for your own life. It's a choice, and that choice shapes your future. The man who yields to toxic pity cannot see destructive patterns, cannot learn from pain, becomes an easy target for future disappointments. The man who rejects this pity sees clearly, learns quickly, strengthens himself with each challenge, becomes more resilient, more prepared for life. It's a brutal difference, a difference that defines your growth. It's vital to understand this, to deeply comprehend how this seemingly benign emotion can be so destructive. It's a psychological trap. Pity for another's weakness that hurt you is a way to feel superior, but this superiority is fragile because it depends on the other person continuing to be the victim or the weak one. And while you feel superior on this stage of pain, you are not building your own real strength, the kind that comes from within, that doesn't depend on comparison or another's weakness. Don't be fooled. Pity in this context is not nobility of spirit. It's a subtle form of ego that prevents you from dealing with your own pain and the responsibility of overcoming it. It's easier to feel sorry for the other person than to face the anger, the disappointment, the deep pain they caused you. And it's easier to feel sorry for the other person than to take responsibility for healing yourself, for rebuilding yourself, for learning the lesson. Pity is an escape, a way to avoid the necessary confrontation with yourself and with the reality of the situation. And this escape costs you dearly. It costs you your energy. It costs you your learning. It costs you your strength. The energy you spend feeling pity could be invested in strengthening yourself, in building something new, in focusing on your own well-being. But no, it's there, directed towards the other person, towards their story, towards their reasons, towards their supposed pain. It's a monumental and harmful diversion of energy. And the lack of learning, the inability to see reality, leaves you vulnerable to future betrayals. Pity keeps you trapped in a cycle of pain and disappointment because you cannot identify the root causes and protect yourself from them. You keep falling into the same traps with different people or with the same person if the opportunity arises. It's too high a price to pay for an emotion that doesn't benefit you at all. In fact, it deeply harms you. Third reason why pity is a poison. It drains your vital energy and diverts your focus from where it truly matters, from you. Think about the mental and emotional energy you spend when you feel pity for someone who hurt you. You think about their situation, about their reasons, about what led them to act that way. You might even try to justify their behavior to yourself or to others. All of this consumes a huge amount of energy. Energy that could be used to heal, to strengthen yourself, to build something new, to focus on your goals, to take care of yourself. Pity turns you into an unsolicited therapist for the aggressor, a defense attorney for the person who caused you pain. And while you are focused on them, on their situation, on their pain, you are not focused on you, on your pain, on your healing, on your situation, on your strength. It's a dangerous and self-sabotaging diversion of focus. Your energy is a finite and precious resource, especially when you are recovering from a betrayal, from deep pain. Every drop of mental and emotional energy counts. And directing that energy to feel pity for those who hurt you is like pouring water into a leaky bucket. It's a total waste. It's like giving your life force to the person who tried to destroy you, or who at least caused considerable damage. It doesn't make logical sense. It doesn't make strategic sense. And it doesn't make sense for your own mental and emotional health. Pity leaves you exhausted, drained, without strength to deal with your own challenges, to face your own healing process, to get back on your feet. Pity is passive. It keeps you in a state of contemplating another's pain while your own pain cries out for action, for care, for attention. But you are too busy feeling sorry, and this passivity prevents you from acting, from taking the reins of your life, from climbing out of the hole that betrayal dug. And the dichotomy of control framework is again essential here. Is their pain, their reasons, their situation under your control? No. Is your energy, your focus, your ability to act under your control? Yes. Use the dichotomy to identify where you are directing your energy and focus. If it's on what is not under your control, on the other person's situation, on pity for them, you are on the wrong path. Correct your course. Direct your energy and focus to what is under your control, to your own healing, to your own growth, to your own strength. It's a constant discipline, an active redirection of your attention, and the instant reflection journal helps you see this energy drain. Write down how you feel after spending time thinking about the other person's situation, feeling pity. See how it leaves you mentally exhausted, how it takes away your motivation to do the things you need to do to take care of yourself. Compare it with the moments when you focus on yourself, on your goals, on your healing process. See the difference in your energy, in your disposition. Use the journal to map where your energy is going and make the conscious choice to redirect it. And the practice of contrasting visualization helps you focus on what truly matters. It helps You visualize the life you want to build for yourself, the strength you want to have, the goals you want to achieve. Visualize yourself with vibrant energy, focused on your projects, on your well-being, on your evolution. This vision is a powerful motivator to stop wasting energy on pity and start investing in yourself. Visualize yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving goals, living a full and strong life. This is the reward for directing your energy where it should be, on you. Pity exhausts you. Strength energizes you. Pity distracts you from your path. Strength keeps you focused on your journey. Pity makes you tend to another's garden while yours withers. Strength makes you water your own garden and make it flourish. Say, choice, and that choice determines your energy level and your progress. The man who allows pity to drain his energy becomes weak, unproductive, stagnant. The man who protects his energy from toxic pity becomes strong, focused, capable of building the life he desires. It's a brutal difference, a difference that defines your vitality. This internal battle against pity is not easy. It requires constant vigilance. Pity disguises itself. It presents itself as kindness, as compassion, as virtue. But in this specific context, after a betrayal, it is a wolf in sheep's clothing, an emotion that seems good but devours you from within. It is crucial to learn to identify this toxic emotion the moment it arises and actively combat it. It's not about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding their nature and choosing not to be controlled by them. Pity for the person who hurt you does not make you a better person. It makes you a weaker and more vulnerable person. True, compassion is different. It comes from a place of strength, not weakness. It allows you to understand the human condition without being tied to another's pain or justifying the unjustifiable. True compassion allows you to wish well upon another without compromising your own well-being and safety. Toxic pity ties you to the aggressor. True compassion frees you to follow your path. And this distinction is vital for your journey of recovery and strengthening. It takes courage to look at the pity you feel and admit that it is not doing you any good, that it is harming you, that it is preventing you from moving forward, that it is keeping you trapped in a cycle of pain. And it takes even more courage to act, to actively reject this pity, to redirect your energy to where it should be, on you. But this courage is the key to your freedom, to your unshakable strength, to the life you deserve to live. A life where you are not a hostage to the past or the actions of others, but the master of your own destiny. It is a challenging journey, yes, but incredibly rewarding. Every time you identify pity and reject it, you reclaim a piece of your energy, a piece of your focus, a piece of your strength. Every time you use the tools, the journal, the dichotomy, the visualization, you strengthen yourself, you better equip yourself for future battles. You become more resilient, more capable, more unshakable. Do not underestimate the power of these tools in your hand. The discipline of using them daily is what transforms knowledge into power. Constant practice is what makes you strong. And this practice begins now, begins the moment you recognize pity as a poison and decide to fight it with all your might. Fourth, and perhaps most insidious, reason why pity is a poison. It is a disguised form of arrogance or fragile ego that prevents you from building real strength. Think about it. When you feel pity for someone who hurt you, there's a subtle sense of superiority, isn't there? You are in the role of someone who was hurt, but is strong enough to feel sorry for the aggressor, who is supposedly weak or acted out of weakness. This pity puts you on a pedestal built not on your own strength but on the supposed weakness of the other. And this is a fragile strength, a strength that depends on the other person remaining in an inferior position for you to feel superior. It's a form of ego that feeds on another's pain or failure, instead of feeding on your own overcoming and your own growth. True strength does not need another's weakness to exist. True strength comes from within, from your ability to endure, to overcome, to learn, to build, to stand firm in the face of adversity. Toxic pity prevents you from accessing this real strength because it keeps you focused on the weakness of the other instead of focusing on building your own inner strength. It's as if you said, "I am so strong, so good that I can afford to feel sorry for you who are so weak." But this pity doesn't make you strong. It makes you dependent on another's weakness to validate your own supposed strength. And this dependence is a weakness in itself. Pity prevents you from facing your own vulnerability, your own pain, your own anger honestly, because if you felt pure anger or pain, that might not fit the image of someone superior who feels pity. And by repressing or masking these legitimate emotions with pity, you don't process them, you don't overcome them, you bury them alive. And emotions buried alive have a nasty habit of resurfacing later, stronger and more destructive. Pity gives you an easy way out, a way to avoid the hard work of dealing with your own emotional mess. And this easy way out cost you the opportunity to build genuine emotional strength, real resilience that comes from facing and overcoming adversity. Pity is a dangerous shortcut that prevents you from walking the path of true self-mastery. The dichotomy of control framework helps you see this ego trap. Is the other person's action under your control? No. Is your reaction to it, your feeling of pity for them, under your control? Yes. And is this feeling of pity coming from a place of genuine strength or from a place of fragile ego that needs to feel superior to mask its own pain? Use the dichotomy to unmask pity as a form of fragile ego. Ask yourself, what do I gain by feeling sorry for them? Do I feel better? Do I feel superior? Does this help me overcome the pain? No. Pity doesn't help you overcome the pain. It helps you avoid dealing with the pain, and this avoidance is a weakness. The instant reflection journal is crucial for identifying this disguised form of arrogance. Write down the thoughts that accompany pity, thoughts that put you in a position of superiority or diminish the other person. Compare these thoughts with the reality of your pain, your vulnerability. See the contrast. See how pity tries to mask your own pain and your own need for healing. Use the journal to see pity for what it really is, an ego's avoidance strategy. And the practice of contrasting visualization helps you build real strength that doesn't depend on another's weakness. Visualize yourself strong, resilient, capable of dealing with pain directly and honestly. Visualize yourself overcoming the betrayal, not feeling sorry for the aggressor, but focusing on your own recovery and your own growth. Visualize yourself building a strong and meaningful life based on your own ability and not on comparison with the weakness of others. This is true strength, the strength that comes from within, that is unshakable because it doesn't depend on external factors. Pity keeps you trapped in a game of comparison and fragile superiority. Strength frees you to build your own greatness. Pity prevents you from seeing your own pain and dealing with it. Strength allows you to face pain head-on and overcome it. Pity is the shortcut that leads nowhere. Strength is the hard path that leads to the top. It's a choice, and that choice defines the depth of your strength. The man who clings to toxic pity never accesses his full inner strength because he is always looking at another's weakness. The man who rejects this pity focuses on himself, on his building, on his overcoming, and becomes truly unshakable. It's a brutal difference, a difference that defines your depth. We have been on this journey for some time now, exploring the depths of this treacherous emotion that is pity in the context of betrayal. We have seen how it anchors you in the past, keeps you as a victim, obscures reality, prevents you from learning lessons, drains your vital energy and diverts your focus, and how it can be a disguised form of fragile ego that prevents you from building real strength. Each of these reasons is a chain that binds you to the past and to pain, but each time you identify pity and actively reject it, you break one of these chains. It's a process, not instant. There will be good days and bad days, moments of clarity and moments when the fog of pity will try to envelop you again. But now you have the tools, the journal to record, to see, to understand, the dichotomy to focus your energy where it matters, the visualization to build your resilience and focus on the future. Use them with discipline, with persistence. Remember that this 30-day journey is a commitment to yourself. It's not to prove anything to anyone but yourself. Your ability to overcome, to strengthen yourself, to become unshakable. It's an internal battle, yes, but it's a battle you can win, and that you need to win to reclaim your life, your strength, your power. The pain of betrayal is real, it's deep, but pity for those who betrayed you is not the answer. It's not the path to healing. It's not the path to strength. It's a dangerous detour that keeps you trapped in the darkness. Strength lies in rejecting that pity, in focusing on yourself, on your recovery, on your growth, on your ability to get up, shake off the dust, and move forward stronger, wiser, more resilient than before. Strength lies in taking responsibility for your own healing, for your own happiness, for your own life. Don't wait for the aggressor to change. Don't wait for an apology that may never come. Don't wait to feel pity for them to move on. Move on, despite the pain, despite the betrayal, despite the pity that tries to hold you back. Focus on you, on what you can control, on your actions, on your reactions, on your choices. Use the dichotomy of control framework relentlessly. There. Situation is not under your control. Your recovery is. Use your energy for that. Use the journal to map your progress, to see the pitfalls of pity, to celebrate the small victories. Use visualization to stay focused on the future you are building, to prepare for the challenges that will come. And they will come. Life doesn't stop testing our strength, but now you are better equipped to face them, because you are choosing strength instead of pity. You are choosing to be the protagonist instead of the victim. You are choosing freedom instead of the prison of the past. This 30-day journey is just the beginning, the start of a new way of thinking, feeling, acting. It's the beginning of building unshakable strength that doesn't fear pain, doesn't dwell on the past, doesn't get fooled by toxic pity. It's your chance to become the man you always knew you could be. Free, strong, unshakable. It's not easy, but it's worth it. Every drop of sweat, every moment of internal confrontation, every time you choose strength instead of pity is worth it. The reward is your life, your inner peace, your ability to face anything life throws at you with dignity and strength. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. Thousands of men are seeking this same strength, this same freedom, this same self-mastery. We are in this battle together. If this content helped you, challenged you, made you think, if you are ready for this 30-day journey and beyond, if you are ready to reclaim your strength, to reject toxic pity, and build an unshakable life, then show it. Hit the like button right now. Share this video with someone you know needs to hear this message. Someone who is stuck in the pain of the past, in the trap of pity. Help them find the path to strength. And if you are not yet part of this community, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any important step, any tool, any inspiration to continue on this journey. Your transformation, your strength, your freedom are waiting for you. The first step was listening. The second is acting. The commitment is yours. The strength is yours. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Choose strength. Choose freedom. Choose you. Pity for another's weakness is a dangerous illusion. The strength that comes from focusing on yourself is the only reality that matters now. Reclaim your strength. Reclaim your life. Be unshakable. The journey begins now.